So in this movement experiment, we'll be exploring the concept of grounding and how you access support through your feet. And we'll be working in standing today, so if you're ready, please come to stand. Take a moment, just maybe look around your room, notice what you're seeing, see if there's something you appreciate in this room. And then do a quick experiment to decide which foot you'd like to concentrate on for the first part of the lesson. And I'd recommend you concentrate on the foot that you find it easier to stand with most of your weight on. So shift most of your weight to one foot. The other foot might go a little more, the other foot's heel might raise and you might be more on the ball of that foot. That leg becomes like your kickstand. And then you try the other foot and the other leg, and you see, is there one foot that's just obvious to you that is more comfortable? And then if so, then that's the foot and leg that I recommend you practice standing upon going forwards here. If they're about the same, then you can just take your pick. So please come and stand with most of your weight on one foot. If you feel a little wobbly, you can do this near a wall so that you can have a hand on the wall for balance. Or you might stand in front of the back of a chair so that you can have your fingertips on the chair back for a little extra balance. And now, please bring the weight of your body mostly on the heel of this standing leg. And then try an experiment of slowly, gently gliding forwards, but in a specific way, towards the pinky toe. So it's like you're going to bring, of course, not all of your weight onto your pinky toe, but as you glide forwards from heel, I'm kind of trying it out with my hand, from your heel towards the front, you won't go equally on all 5 toes, but you'll go a little more towards the pinky toe, as if you were weighing the pinky toe, the pad of the pinky toe into the ground and then back to the heel. And try it a few times as long as it feels good or fine. And then pause for a moment and just see what you're noticing. And then, if you're ready, try it with the second toe. Fourth toe actually. So come and stand on the same leg and bring the weight to your heel and then glide forwards only in a way that feels fine or even good if that happens, towards the fourth toe, what corresponds to your ring finger on your hand, and then back to your heel. And a few times you can play with having the weight coming down into your heel and then gliding forwards towards this fourth toe and then back again. And you're finding a pathway through the foot. You could go all kinds of winding ways, but we're looking for a straightish line through the foot, through the bones of the foot. And then pause again and see if either there are interesting sensations in your 2 feet or interesting comparison of sensations in your 2 feet that you'd like to notice right now, or perhaps you've had enough noticing for the moment and this would be a good moment to come back to looking around the room or even listening to the sounds of the room or something that could give you a break from all this internal noticing and to refresh your attention by bringing yourself to a different sense. All right, if you're ready, please bring all or most of your weight to that same leg, that same foot. And now you may have guessed it, we're going to go from the heel to the third toe a couple of times. Back and forth slowly, looking for that line of force through from the heel to the third toe. then let's keep going as long as things are going well for you, from the heel to the second toe, right next to the big toe, a couple of times. If you're looking for how to do this right, I wonder if I can take some of that pressure off for you by suggesting that this is just play. This is just an experiment. And we're just seeing what we can find. You might get interested in finding something that's a clearer pathway, but there's nothing that you have to get just right here in order to feel the benefits of this lesson. And then as long as things are still going okay for you, we can go to the big toe now. And if you need a break, by all means, take a break. But then in that case, just pause the recording for a moment, because we will go from heel to the big toe, slowly but surely, gliding back to the heel at your own pace. Several times exploring this pathway to the biggest toe. And now it's your choice, same foot, but which toe felt the best, or which toe was confusing, but you're curious to see what you can find. And so maybe you hop around and you try heel to third toe a few times, and then you pop over to the pinky toe and go from heel to pinky, or whatever it may be. So at your own pace and by your own choice, you experiment and try different lines of force through the foot. And if you'd like to do that more, here's another place where you could pause the recording to have more time. But if you're ready to bring that experiment to a close, you might come and stand on 2 feet more equally again. And it's that same invitation. Are you still up for going inwards? Would you like to notice the difference between your 2 feet right now? Do you need a break from all this inwards attention? In which case, this could be another nice moment for looking around the room, or just looking at some object in the room that you appreciate and having a reset that way. If you're checking out what it's like to stand on your 2 feet, you might be able to notice quite a stark difference between the standing foot, what was the standing foot during those experiments, and the foot that was more of a balancing foot. Yeah, as I take a breath, it occurs to me, you might notice a difference in your breathing right now, or you might notice something else that has to do with feeling the connection to the ground that we've fostered or elicited through the experiment. But if it would feel more balanced to try the second foot, then that's something we can do right now. So we've done some of the foundational work that that is required in order to feel some of that good stuff that you were feeling on the first side. Because we weren't stretching or strengthening, we were experimenting and building awareness. And some of that awareness can carry over to the second side without many repetitions. So if you're ready, please come and stand on the second leg over the second foot. And now the original standing leg becomes the kickstand for a little balance, maybe slightly towards tiptoe. And now we're going to skip to that part where you did things at your own pace and in your own order, rather than systematically going through all 5 toes in order, unless that's what you would like to do, in which case that's what you can do right now. So begin to bring the weight onto your heel, and then glide forward slowly but surely towards whichever toe seems interesting or feels pleasant to you right now, and repeat it as many times as you like before you go ahead and try another toe. And so here we are trying something that correlates to, in somatic experiencing, to what we call pendulation. that we're going from stability of standing more centered over the foot, maybe a little more weight towards the heel, and then we are gliding in this case towards less stability, towards more instability, more less sureness of what will happen in the next moment, and then we come back to stability. And so as you glide back and forth, you can notice stable, less stable over this toe, back to stable. The other thing that we're starting to do that also correlates to SE, somatic experiencing work, is that we can begin to notice gradations in the instability, or in SE what would probably be talked about as activation. So that when you glide forwards and you move towards instability, there are different flavors of instability. When you're standing over your pinky toe, that's different than when you're standing over your third toe, or when you're standing and gliding over your first big toe. And so you can begin to notice all of the different flavors of being less stable. And in doing so, when we come back to the more stable, more neutral point of standing over the foot, actually we have refined our ability to access support. That in moving back and forth between stable and less stable, we have in fact found a new point of stable. Maybe it's a good time to bring your experiments to a close and stand on 2 feet, bringing your attention inward or outward as you choose, noticing what's coming along here, and then taking yourself for a little walk around your room, and perhaps noticing if this newfound awareness or connection to the ground comes with you as you walk.